Obviously, we're starting Ace Combat Zero next. Kind of looking forward to this one. Like, I've liked the concept of the Ace Combats. They've just been kind of irritating as we go, you know? But you're not here to hear about that. You're here to hear my review. You're here to hear my hearing about Ace Combat 5. Right now, real quick, do you think Ace Combat 5 scored better or worse than Ace Combat 4? Just real quick. For those of you who don't follow the streams or that side of things. Alright, so, time's up, and the answer is better barely, by such a small margin that they are functionally identically scored. Which makes sense, because Ace Combat 4 tried less and did less right and wrong, and Ace Combat 5 tried more and failed and succeeded more. I have a spreadsheet I use to keep track of this kind of stuff, and I think this one section right here says all it needs to about this game. Excuse me. Ace Combat 4 got 5 pluses and 1 negative to stage design, whereas Ace Combat 5 got 12 pluses and then 7 negatives to stage design. It's just interesting to think about. I don't really have a lorium for this, but if you've seen this kind of thing before, well, you've probably seen this kind of thing before, right? Where the first work, usually game, but this hits movies and television as well. The first work isn't good, but it's not bad. It's a first game. It shows potential, it shows interest, it shows ideas. So, okay, you're kind of with it. And then they try more stuff and fail more when it comes to the sequel. Now, what usually happens, ideally, is later on another game comes along, refines it a little bit, narrows it down into being, you know, a better overall product. I can name so many games that follow this exact same policy. So many game franchises that do this. Final Fantasy went through this. Dragon Quest went through this. Arguably God of War went through this. But no, the one I want to pull out here, I think that is really appropriate, is Assassin's Creed. Because Assassin's Creed 1 is a bit rough, right? First game. Potential, you get it. Assassin's Creed 2, much improved, right? See, Assassin's Creed 2 is very different, and it has a lot of flaws that I feel a lot of people tend to gloss over when it comes to that one. Which brings me, of course, immediately to Assassin's Creed 3 is what I'd say if the nomenclature actually made any frickin' sense, but no, instead we actually move on to Brotherhood, which refined the formula a little bit, and actually Revelations. I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion, but I think Assassin's Creed Revelations is the first one that really actually polished the formula to the point where it's like, okay, we've done it, we've got what we were going for. Then 3 came out. Anyways, what kind of ones hit for you? Like any specific franchise where it's like, and that's you can quote me on that, by the way. It's Nilorium. Ha ho ha. It's very important to get the arc correct. It's not always across 1, 2, and 3 games too. Like in Mario, for example, we had Mario 1, which was Mario 2, which was then Mario 3, which was But in some games, that arc takes more, like Final Fantasy, where it's Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, and then Final Fantasy 4, right? You get the idea. Just kind of curious what you think. Either way, I'm curious what I'm going to think of Ace Combat Zero. I almost just said Assassin's Creed Zero. It is so built into me to see AC as Assassin's Creed or Asheron's Call. Doesn't help that we also have Armored Core on the list, so that's another thing. Anyways, I'll see you guys. Pumpernickel. Hey, actually, real quick. Have you ever tried pumpernickel? Like, do you actually like... Does anybody actually eat pumpernickel and like it? Because I've tried pumpernickel and I don't know, man.